Hello everyone, welcome back to Which is the Moon. I am normally your Monday hostess, but this week Dio was kind enough to trade places with me, so I am now your Thursday hostess just for this week. And this week's topic is modalities of healing. So I want to talk about a few of the modalities that I personally use and talk about a few that I don't use that I'm interested in learning more about. So if any of you know about those modalities, maybe you can point me in the direction of some materials that I can do, a teacher I can seek out, or something that I can read that will give me information about these modalities. Okay, so first off, I am a third degree Reiki master in the Usui Reiki, the traditional Reiki. I also hold certifications in the crystal Reiki healing, and I hold a certification in an Egyptian form of Reiki. It like calls upon certain parts of the Egyptian pantheon in doing healing and maintain certain modalities, but it's based on the Japanese Reiki healing. It's kind of hard to explain. I also am a yoga Reiki healer, certified in NAT. So I have different methods of Reiki healing, but it's all based on the same principle of channeling divine energy and using yourself as a conduit to do the healing. And that's what I want to talk about. A lot of people don't understand what Reiki healing is. They think Reiki is a form of pranic healing, which I guess in a way it is, but it's not exactly the same thing. In pranic healing, or pranic healing as some people call it, I always heard the term prana being the life energy that you have. You are using your own personal energy to send healing energies to a certain specific area or to a person to heal them. I have found that modality of healing more useful when the person is suffering from some sort of low energy healing, or like a type of depression. Now, I want to make it very clear, as I have in other videos about healing, that we are not, none of us in any way recommending that you give up your Western traditional medicine. If you are on any medications, do not stop taking those medications or supplements without speaking to your doctor about it first in place of any of these healings. These type of healing modalities are meant to be used in conjunction with other methods of medicine and healing. Okay, so do not stop taking anything that your doctor has you doing and say, oh, Which is the Moon told me that this was going to heal me. Okay, these modalities are designed to boost the body's natural healing. Okay, now you'll have to forgive little Pinto Bean here. Yes, his name is Pinto Bean. This is Pinto. Say hi, Pinto. Say hi. Yeah, he thinks he's my dog. Don't you, Pinto? Nah. Okay. So, Reiki. What Reiki is Reiki comes from the divine. Okay. The gentleman who began Reiki was originally a Catholic monk, and he had a vision where he saw the light of God coming to him, and he began to question, why is it that people could heal then but they can't now? And so God spoke to him basically and gave him the methodology of healing by channeling the divine energy. So that is essentially what you're doing. You are making your body a conduit, and you're calling upon divine energy to channel through you to heal whatever ails somebody. Now, Reiki can be done. You don't actually place your hands on a person when you are healing with Reiki. And I want to make that very clear too. With pranic healing, sometimes you do put your hands on the person. But with Reiki healing, you do not. You are holding your hands above the person, primarily at the level where they are needing the healing. Although if they're not sure, or you're not sure, or it's a total body thing, little boo, you're going to have to go. Then you would do it through the body. And you can start at the head and you can move down and, spoiled brat. Okay, so that is one method of healing, Reiki, and the other would be pranic healing, where you are one channeling the divine and the other using your own energy to transfer and to heal someone. And I have used both of those modalities clearly. So crystal healing is when you have an innate understanding of various crystals and their vibrations and how they can work to heal certain parts of the body. Now, that's big up for debate thing. If you're like my husband, you think crystal healing is total hooey. But the fact of the matter is, if you doubt that crystals have power, just remember that they use crystals to power lasers. So there must be some sort of energy to them. And we also know in, like, for example, I'm a speech language pathologist, so I've studied hearing sciences. And I studied hearing science when I was in the audiology program at UNT. So we know that everything on this planet has what's called a fundamental frequency, meaning everything vibrates at a specific frequency. Each item has a different frequency. You have a different frequency from me. You know, in the example where the opera singer makes the glass shatter just with her voice, what she's doing is she is matching her voice to the fundamental frequency of the glass. So theoretically, if I could match my voice to your fundamental frequency, I could shatter your body into a million different atoms. Isn't that a cool thought? So clearly crystals each vibrate with a different frequency, which is why they each have different characteristics and different colors and different patterns and different what have you. So by understanding those crystals and knowing which one is good for which or which is attuned to what, you can use that. Now, while I am not crystal healing certified, I personally use crystals when I am clearing my chakras. So I will find crystals that correspond to the colors that are known to work with different chakras, and I will use that and match those up and use those to help clear my chakras. So you want to make sure that you're clearing your crystals too, anytime you do something like that. So that is another modality of healing, but it's not one that I know a lot of. I just personally use crystals when I'm clearing my personal chakras. Now, that being said, understanding the chakra system is something that I was trained when I went through the initiation into the shamanic tradition of the Munai-Ki. And I studied that with Sharon Rammel, who is a witch. She is a practicing witch, but she teaches classes on a platform called Udemy, which is where I upload my classes as well. And she talks about the chakra system, although the Munai-Ki tradition comes from the Peruvian area. Those beliefs are kind of somewhat tied in, and so she talks about that type of healing. Now, as a shaman, I use different medicines. I use the medicines of the mother leopard or puma, or, it's kind of all the same animal, the cheetah, but also mother serpent, who comes from Mother Earth. And so I call upon her for her healing medicines, and she brings me the healing medicines of the earth. I call upon Father Condor, who comes from the sky, and he brings me the healing powers of the wind and the sky and the air. So elemental healing is something that I, as a shaman, use when called upon. Now, how do I know which modality I'm going to use? It depends on what the person needs, what the person is looking for, and what I feel innately the person needs. A lot of this type of healing comes from your intuition and your connection, both to the different elements which you're using to heal, as well as the person themselves. Now, this brings me to another type of healing that I am currently learning about, but would like to learn more about. So if any of you know more about it. This is a sea sound bowl. I just like them. I went to a place called Lightworkers Sanctuary in the Colony here in Texas. Yes, there's a city called the Colony. It's here in Texas. It's in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and there's a shop there called the Lightworkers Sanctuary. They have a crystal quartz set of singing bowls. Absolutely the most phenomenal thing I've ever felt. She was showing me how to work them, and basically this is a type of singing bowl, though it's not quartz crystal. Basically, so this particular bowl is attuned to the solar plexus chakra. I do a lot of solar plexus work because that's where I hold all my tension, is right here in my stomach. I have ulcers, and so I do a lot of clearing in my solar plexus. I don't know how well that turned out, if you could hear it. This singing bowl I actually got from Wish. It's okay. It's not the quality I would like. When you get a really good singing bowl, it will hold that vibration out for a very long time. And when I went to Lightworker Sanctuary and she got all of those 7 singing bowls going, you could literally feel every vibration down your chakra system. It was incredible. So singing bowls are often used. Sound is used as a method of healing. It's called sound healing, and it's that simple. Your body again vibrates. So this works on the same principle in a way that crystal healing does, in that you're attuning to a certain energetic field around a certain area. And so they will either place the bowls on you and they will vibrate the bowls and get them going to clear out that sound. But I've also seen them place them around you. Since this is a modality that's new to me, I'm not going to pretend that I know a whole lot about it. I just know the principles under which it operates, and I'd like to learn more about it and how to make it work. You can get certifications in sound healing. It's kind of expensive if you go through at least the people that I saw. It's like a $1,500 course. So that is one method of modality of healing that I would really like to learn more about, because there are lots of ways to clear sound. Clapping is known to break up negative vibrations. There's also aromatherapy. Aromatherapy is what essential oils are based on. So smell and sound are 2 of our primal senses. When you are developing in the womb, your sense of smell is the first sense that you develop, which is why scent has such a strong connection for us. So I believe that essential oils and aromatherapy and the scent of, the use of scent can be miraculously healing. It can also be very harmful, because for some people, smells are triggers. There are certain smells that you just associate with a very negative experience. And so if you ever have something that just utterly makes you retch and you can't figure out why that smell just makes you sick to your gut, it may have something that goes all the way back to your infancy. There may have been a very negative experience that you had in your infancy, and that sense of smell triggers it, because maybe that person wore a specific cologne or something like that. When I smell roses, I always think of my mother-in-law. I always know she's near me, because sometimes I'll just be driving down the road and all of a sudden I'll get the very strong scent of roses. Now, I do want to caution you, because having certain smells pop up for you may actually be a sign of something physiological wrong going on with you. So if you are getting these frequent weird smells, you may want to check in with your doctor and just make sure that there's nothing going on, because it could be the sign of a stroke or a sign of something of that nature. So, not to frighten you, but that is a fact. So, I've been checked out, so I know it's just my mother-in-law. Same thing when I smell carnations. I know my grandmother is near me, my dad's mother. So, scent and sound are 2 other methods of healing modalities that can be used. Often when you walk into like a massage therapy, they're using scented oils, and those oils contain essential oils that are designed to relax you. There are certain smells that we know have a physiological effect on the human body to cause you to relax or to gear you up and give you energy, to lighten your mood, and so those are used. In some, they just have a physiological effect on you. For example, eucalyptus is known to open the sinus cavity and help you. So if you're very congested, you can either get some fresh eucalyptus and put it above your shower head and allow the steam to open that, or you can use a diffuser and use eucalyptus oil or camphor oil to open your sinuses and help you. And I do that a lot. In fact, my husband got me this little locket. This locket actually has different colored little things, and you can put, they're like little felt pads. I put peppermint, camphor, and eucalyptus on the green one, and I use that because it'll just kind of waft up and help open my sinuses. But eucalyptus is also a very relaxing smell. I have a a white one that I put lang-lang oil on because that lightens me and makes me feel happier. It actually increases my mood. So when I'm very stressed, I'll do that. I have another one that I put sandalwood on. So sandalwood to me is just the ultimate of holy smells. I don't know why, but I love it. Frankincense oil, I have another one that I use for that. So I use different colored ones for different things. When I'm having a migraine, I will put Melissa or lemongrass oil on a yellow one, and I'll wear it in here. So, you know, if you're ever seeing the different colors, you know what it is. So that's another modality of healing, aromatherapy. So let's see, I've covered Reiki, pranic healing, aromatherapy, sound therapy, which I think we're going to get more into I don't remember if it's next week or one of the upcoming weeks, but we're going to be talking about tonal alchemy, and sound healing has a lot to do with that. So we'll cover that more in depth during that week. I am quite certain that there are any number of other healing modalities, but I'm sure that everybody this week's done a great job of covering some of them. I haven't had a chance to watch Dia's video all the way through, and I haven't had a chance to watch yesterday's video at all. So bear with me, guys, as I plow through either Tuesday or Wednesday's videos. I haven't had a chance to watch yet, because I'm filming this Wednesday night. It's 5 minutes, well, I guess in this case, 15 minutes of quiet that I've had that I was able to record this video. So again, thank you, Dia, so much for trading with me. And if any of you guys have other healing modalities that you employ, or you know more about a healing modality that you'd like to share that I've talked about tonight, I am always open to learning more. I think healing is one of the most important things we can do as witches. You know, we have the power to kill and we have the power to heal, and I think a lot of times the focus is more on the negative than on the positive. So please, 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 let's share all of those healing modalities and our resources for those modalities. I personally have taken a couple of different courses in Reiki. I didn't feel I got a lot out of the first training that I got, so I took another training that was kind of an online course, but I also have had teachers that I have sought out that I have asked questions of, and they've been great. So there's a lot of different ways to gain your training there and to get your attunements. And again, I would check out Sharon Rammel's video if you would like to learn more about the Munai Ki shamanic tradition and the healing methods that you get from that. Then I would definitely check her class out on Udemy. It's udemy.com. It's a fantastic platform, and Sharon has a couple of really great classes on there. So I'm interested in really getting with some of the Native American traditions and learning more about their healing modalities. But, you know, being that I'm mostly white, I do have some Native American blood, but I'm mostly Celtic in my tradition and in my background. So I would also like to learn more about some of the Druidic and Native Celtic healing modalities. That's not something I know a lot about. So if any of you have some good resources for that, send them my way. I'm always open to learning about different things and different modalities, regardless of tradition. And I don't want to step on the cultural appropriation bounds, but I think we have so much to learn from each other worldwide that we shouldn't put so much emphasis on, well, you can't do this because you're not that. Let's learn from one another, and let's get past that and learn to share with one another so that we can heal the world. Because I think our world, not just our planet, but our people as societies, have a lot of need for healing right now. And I think we have a great potential as witches to help one another in that way. So let's do that. And I'd love to see some comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. And again, we appreciate your support. I hope you learned a lot this week. Hey guys, just a quick addendum. Don't know how this missed me entirely, but I got into my kitchen to finish up dinner and I realized I left out one huge, very witchy healing modality. One in which I do hold a certification, which is holistic herbal medications. Okay, I have a small certification. I don't call myself an herbalist because I haven't taken an actual herbalism course, but I did take a holistic healings course, which was a certification in holistic healings using herbs as a base for medicines to make your own homemade medicines. Now, I don't go out and peddle my wares as a doctor or a physician of any kind, but there are certain herbs which are known to have certain healing properties. And I mean, everybody knows parsley is good for the tummy, right? It helps ease things. Rosemary makes an excellent mosquito repellent. And actually for this, I do use the essential oil. I mix it with grapeseed oil and I use it as a body lotion because grapeseed oil or olive oil is very good for your skin. And it's quickly absorbed and it's very light. So herbs are definitely one really good way of healing. Excuse me one moment. I'll stir up the potatoes here. Herbs are absolutely one of the best forms of healing that we as witches can use, and I cannot believe that I totally skipped over that part. Yes, y'all are getting a glimpse of my very busy kitchen, as you can see by the fridge. But I apologize for totally glancing over that. I didn't even talk about it. So herbs, there's all kinds of information online about how herbs can be used to heal, whether it be a salve, whether it be a tea. I use a lot of teas, like for my headaches. I used to get very, very bad migraines. And so I would use white willow bark as a basis for a tea mixed with chamomile. And as you can see, I've got some herbs over here in my jars. I have a huge bag of witch hazel. I do make flying ointment, which I have here, but flying ointment's not for healing. That's for astral travel and that kind of thing. But I use dandelions to make hand salves and salves for people that I know that have eczema. So herbal healing has a lot of possibilities, and really most medications are based on some form of herb. So for example, aspirin is made from white willow bark. So that's why I use it as the basis for my headache medication. So, I talked about essential oils, but I totally skipped over herbal healing, and that is a huge modality, especially for us as witches. Now, I'm not recommending that you just, start wild crafting right away. You might want to sit down and do a great deal of study. There are several herbalism courses. The problem with getting an herbal certification, at least here in the United States, is that there's really no regulation on that. There's not officially an herbalism degree that you can get. A lot of places offer herbalism schools, and you can get certain certifications, but really the only way that you can offer medicine as an herbal healer is to go to a doctor of osteopathy school, which is medical school essentially. But doctors of osteopathy are different from medical doctors in that they believe in allowing the body to heal. And so then you can go into a method of medicine called naturopathy. And there you would take your focus on herbs and natural healing modalities from the earth. But a lot of Native Americans use herbs and natural methods as a way of healing. There's salves, there's balms, there's condensers, there's tinctures, and some of those can be taken orally, some are used topically. So get out there and do some research on that, because you can always use them for yourself. You don't have to. Sorry, I have 7 dogs, people. It's chaos in my house all the time, and they are over there barking and wrestling. So anyway, I can't believe I missed that modality. Jeez Louise, that's like one of the biggest ones that I use. So again, do a lot of research. Find somebody who's good at it. There is a school that offers classes on herbalism, the one that I did the healing course through, and I cannot remember who in the world that was at this point, but I can see the lady's face in my head. So if I find it, I'll put it in the down bar. Okay, guys? Thank you so much for watching, and again, I'm so sorry about that.